Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Music executive Larry Jackson could have been set for life if he had stayed at Apple. For years, he worked there as global creative director of Apple Music and helped to foster the tech giant's relationship with major artists like Drake, Taylor Swift, Frank Ocean, and more. But he took a leap of faith to create his own music company called Gamma and spoke to Bloomberg about why working with so many top-tier talents led him to try to strike out on his own.
The common thing that I heard in a lot of those conversations was how many albums they had left in their deal. And there was always this sense of restlessness that always seeped to the surface in the conversations that was too unmistakable for me in terms of an opportunity.
Gamma functions a lot differently than traditional record labels. It offers artists a lot more control and focuses on helping them build wealth and not just treat them as employees. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM. W269DL Milwaukee and WGKB Waukesha.
He steps to the mic with a boom, ping, ping. Wisdom sharper than a beast's fierce sting. Words like fireflies that light the night. He turns the dark into blazing bright. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. Shake the ground, unveils the truth where lies abound. Politics, justice, social streams. He molds the chaos into dreams. No silence here, just the sound of change. Boom, ping, ping, rearrange. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. Through the static, through the noise, he amplifies the people's voice. Boom, ping, ping, like a heartbeat's call. He's got the wisdom to break down walls. Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Today is Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. Today, early in-person voting begins in the city of Milwaukee, and I'm going to give you the locations in which you can cast your ballot early. I'm also going to give you the hours of operation from now until early in-person voting begins and election day itself in this very hotly contested Democratic primary is on August 11th. I'm also going to handicap the race because things are changing a little bit. Things are starting to move just a little bit. And so, accounting for the changes and the movement and a few less undecided voters and where those undecided voters are moving, I think a lot of you are going to be happy. But if you're a Democratic socialist, you might not be so happy. So we're going to handicap the race. But I think with all that is said and all that has been said and all of the ads that are running and my sheer disappointment in this race, and I've communicated that to you on a daily basis, I think that there have been issues that have been missed. I think that there have been large, important constituencies that have been ignored. And I don't want those hiccups and those mistakes. I don't even know if I can call them mistakes because some of it was intentional. I don't want that to be the reason why the November election does not go in the direction as planned because constituencies were ignored very early on. And I suppose that remains to be seen. But let me just go ahead and say this. I want this to be over. I've had enough. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the back and the forth and the in the race and out of the race and the endorsement over here, not the endorsement over there. I'm tired of the complaints and the ethics complaints and the campaign finance complaints. I'm tired of the campaign finance forms not being filled out correctly. Come to find out that actor Sean Penn gave David Crowley $1,000. Why? I just don't even understand why some of the things are happening. I've had enough. I'm fed up. Tonight at 7 o'clock will be the first and only debate amongst the candidates. All 5 of them are going to be on stage. I'm going to give you ways to watch, but I'm also going to give you the most important way to watch because I'm going to be broadcasting the Democratic debate live on my YouTube channel with the YouTube chat in full effect, so we'll be able to watch it together in real time. And if you want to use profanity in the chat, and if you want to give your real-time assessments of how the candidates are doing and who you think is winning the debate, come on over to the Hughes Views 414 YouTube page. We're going to broadcast tonight's Democratic debate at 7 o'clock. That's when we go hot. So if you haven't subscribed to the Hughes Views 414 YouTube channel, well, there's no time like the present, because we are going to carry the debate live and you'll be able to share your thoughts and feelings and opinions in real time on how you believe the candidates are performing. We also asked you via our 1017 The Truth YouTube page. We ask a question every day because, we here have inquisitive temperaments and we like to see how you guys feel about certain subject matter. So we ask you a question via a YouTube poll 5 days a week. And I'm just asking a simple question today. Xavier and I both really want to know, do you plan to watch the Democratic debate tonight? Yes or no? Now, some of you, your mind is already made up. Others have already cast their ballots for their candidate of choice. But there might be a small sliver of you still very much undecided, and your decision will come down to who answers the questions best, who looks more gubernatorial when they're up there on that stage, who is promoting confidence, who is going to share points and issues with you that move your needle, and you very well may be swayed by what you see on that stage. Now, I'm only going to speak for myself, because I have seen more candidate debates than I ever care to admit, whether they be presidential debates or my favorite, vice presidential debates. No one cares about those, ever. Nobody ever. When Kamala Harris debated J.D. Vance, I don't think it was possible for me to care less about what the two of them said during their debate. Watching that debate was like eating unsweetened oatmeal. It's just not preferred at all. My mind is never swayed nor made by a candidate debate, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of times the questions are received by the candidates ahead of time. They are very rehearsed. They are very scripted. It's not spontaneous. It does not test the candidate's wit. So I can't really get a lot from these scripted debates. And I have no idea if the debate tonight, which is going to be hosted by WISN Channel 12, is scripted. When I say scripted, you give the candidates the questions or at least the subject matter ahead of time. But I'm usually not swayed by that. I'm more swayed by the tone and the temperament of the electorate and how the candidates decide to promote themselves to the actual voters. I think that does a much better job of influencing me than anything they may say on a debate stage. But there's something else I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for style points. Who's going to come out swinging? Who's going to have the clearest articulation? And I also want to see who attacks who. Here's what I suspect. I suspect that the candidates are all going to attack Francesca Hong, as they should, because she very much is the front runner. Now, if they in fact do that, if they employ that strategy, trying to take down the Democratic Socialists, I think it will solidify her front runner status. But there is something that I think Francesca, who has been the consistent front runner, at least in all of the polling, and there's something else that I use as a measure to gauge how popular a candidate is. But a lot of this stuff is BS. It's really hard to tell because if a candidate has a big presence on social media, a lot of that stuff is paid for. So it may seem like the campaigns are much larger than they actually are. If every time you open up your computer or scroll through your phone, you see candidate correspondence, a lot of times you are targeted. It may seem like the candidate or the campaign is much bigger than they actually are. But here's something I have seen with her, and I'm a student of her campaign. I don't necessarily agree with her issues. I also don't believe that she can beat a Republican because you are asking far too many people in the state of Wisconsin, which is a red/blue state. Third-party candidates typically don't do well because if they did, we would hear much more about them in the years between presidential elections, and you just don't. You're asking far too many people who are moderate, who are independents, and who are solid Democrats to vote for someone who is not a Democrat, and that's a very, very tough ask in a state where the margin of victory for Republican or Democrat is 25 to 30,000 votes. I think you can easily find 25 or 30,000 people that just do not want to vote for a third-party candidate. Even though they may not like Tom Tiffany, they may fear him. They know that he is an extension of Donald Trump. Because the margin is so small, you almost have to have the literal perfect Democratic candidate. And the perfect Democratic candidate, first and foremost, actually has to be a Democrat. They can't be a Democratic Socialist. But there's something that she is doing that I have paid attention to that the other candidates have not been able to do. And I wish that David Crowley was able to do this, but his campaign has been one of great inconsistency, and that makes me worry, even though he still has one hell of an opportunity. If he shows and proves tonight, and if Democrats in this state, establishment Democrats in this state, line up behind him in the next couple of weeks, he has the potential. He does. And if the state Supreme Court allows people that have previously voted by mail to spoil their ballots and cast a new ballot, I think that actually favors David Crowley. Because if you ask me, those early votes, I think, went to Francesca Hong. But there's something that she has been able to do that has been a very unique phenomenon. It also reminds me of, remember when Trump used to do rallies all the time? All the time he would do rallies. He would go to a city over here, and some of the rallies he got shot. So he doesn't do as many rallies anymore because he's 80. And when you're 80, you can't rally like when you were 76 and young and spry at the youthful age of 75. So he doesn't rally as much. But Trump was able to get really big crowds wherever he went. Sometimes he would get big crowds in states that were decidedly blue, because even in blue states, you have pockets of Republicans and conservative voters. Francesca is able to get crowds of people. outside of Madison. That is very, very important. I am unaware of Joel Brennan. Oh, poor Joel. I feel bad for that fella. Brennan for the winning. It was a nice idea at one point in time, but it just ain't looking good. Between Joel and Kelda and Mandela, they are not able to travel to places outside of their hometowns and get big crowds of standing room only, bodies on bodies on bodies to hear these individuals speak. She is able to do that, and I think that that is one hell of an indicator. I think it also shows that there are new voters and young voters that are taking some kind of interest. But you know how I feel about young voters. They'll show up for the rally, but they won't actually vote. They like to go to the party, but then they don't actually put in the work of registering and voting. So young voters will oftentimes take you for a loop. You don't have to believe me. You can ask Bernie Sanders, the 18 to 29-year-olds that came out for his events and his primary rallies did not show and prove in those same numbers at the ballot box. The people that vote in the highest number, hands down, consistently, I don't care if it's a partisan election, a nonpartisan election, a spring election, a primary, or a special, it is people that are 65 plus of any political affiliation. If they are retirement age, if they are a boomer of the baby, they are going to vote in the highest number. And if you think practically about those folks, so people that are essentially my parents' age, they're not voting for a Democratic Socialist. They just are not. They are much more moderate, much more establishment Democrats. If anything, they may even trend a little more conservative because some of them have tremendous amounts of wealth that they want to keep and preserve and not necessarily give away. So when you have this narrative of wanting to tax the rich, there are people that have worked and saved their entire lives and they want to keep their little $1.2 million little nest eggs. And I think that when you hear that dollar amount, you may think, oh my God, that person is rich. No, you're not. If that's all the money that you have for the rest of your life and you don't know how long you're going to be here and you have no intention of going back to work, unless, of course, you want to run for president at the age of 77, that's not really all that much money. But then when you tell someone, oh, XYZ person has $1.2 million, their sentiment might be, well, tax it, tax all of it, don't take people's retirement. How long it takes to make $1 million? It takes a really long time, especially if you like to go out and party and do cocaine. Cocaine will really cut into your savings. I'm just saying. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I'm going to give you some details on where you can early vote. Some of you going to go and vote today. Some of you maybe voted already by mail. Some of you are going to watch the debate tonight. And we do hope you join us on Hughes Views 414 because we're going to turn up. We're having a watch party. I might take my shirt off. I don't know yet. Depends on how I'm feeling. If you haven't subscribed to Hughes Views 414, make sure you do so. We're going to be covering the debate live. And also the YouTube chat is going to be fired up. And Al will probably call in as well. And Al, when he calls Hughes Views 414, uses a lot of profanity. Lots of it. An embarrassing amount of it. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know dads, the ones who know how to build it all, grill it all, and fix it all while still taking the time to share it all. So show them how much you care with great Father's Day gifts for one-of-a-kind dads. Like 20% off select automotive accessories, $350 combined savings on a Craftsman tool chest cabinet combo, plus 16 packs of Duracell AA or AAA batteries, $12.99. Find value on the Gifts Hill value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee early voting locations. Good Hope Library, 7715 West Good Hope, from 12:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. The Midtown Voting Center. At least they got something at Midtown. Surprised they haven't called the Midtown Voting Center the AI Midtown Voting Center. That's located at 4170 North 56th Street. The Midtown Voting Center hours are from 8:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, also need to let you know this part. You can live anywhere in the city of Milwaukee. You can live on the north side. You can live on the east side. You might even be one of those weird people that lives on the south side. You can vote at any of these locations. So the locations for early voting is not geographic specific. Let's say you're out running your errands. You're a weird South Sider and you happen to be in the Midtown neighborhood because you want to protest a data center. While you're there, you can actually go and cast your vote. But you have to be a City of Milwaukee resident. We don't want you people from River Hills coming in our city. You can't vote here. Go back out to the River Hills where you have both rivers and hills. If you live in Glendale, you probably have different early voting sites in Glendale. And I don't care where they are because I don't live in Glendale. Shout out to the people that do, but that's not my problem. I'm a City of Milwaukee person. You know, the most important city in the entire state of Wisconsin. I probably should say Madison, but I don't really like some of the things that Madison does. So I think that Milwaukee is the most important city. Madison is second place. That's fine. Third city, most important city in Wisconsin. Can I change my order? So Milwaukee first. I'm going to go ahead and go with Green Bay second because of the footballs. Real football, not soccer. So Milwaukee, Green Bay number 2. I like Minocqua. It's very pretty. Minocqua 3. I went to UW Oshkosh 4, and then Madison would be rounding out the top 5. That's how I would rate those. There's the Tippecanoe Library, 3912 South Howell Avenue for you Southsiders. Their early voting hours are from 12:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. The Washington Park Senior Center, located at 4420 West Vliet Street. Their hours of early in-person voting, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Oh, look, you Southsiders have another location. The Zablocki Library, located at 3501 West Oklahoma. Their hours are from 12:30 until 7:30. Then, of course, the old faithful, the tried and true, the Zeidler Municipal Building, 841 North Broadway, from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Wisconsin's partisan primaries are on Tuesday, August 11th. The general election will be held on Tuesday, November 3rd. Milwaukee voters weigh in ahead of Democratic gubernatorial debate as WISN 12's debate between the 5 Democratic candidates for governor approaches. Milwaukee voters discussed their familiarity with the candidates, the key issues, and whether their minds are made up. So when I was reviewing this article earlier, which appears via WISN.com, I was just so sorely disappointed. And maybe it's because I and we, when I say we, those of you that participate in this program specifically, have been overexposed to the issues and to the candidates. We talk about it essentially every single day. It has been consuming me because it's really, really important. And also, we here in Wisconsin may be setting the tone for what political bullet points can have an influence on the election in 2028. As far as I know, Donald Trump is running again because he just very well might. And so I want to make sure that we are as informed as we possibly can be, but also to look at the nuances and look at the things that the candidates may not be saying and to pay very, very close attention to all of those details because this really, really is very important. And so they did some interviews with just random people, and the number of people that either have no idea, don't know who the candidates are, don't recognize them by name or face, like that. Like, I like to be exposed to articles like this, and I'm going to read the article in just a second. But what kind of life do you live where you have no idea who these people are, where you haven't even heard their names? Like, what do you do? I'm so fascinated by those folks. And maybe I want to live that life. Maybe I would love to live a life where I am underexposed to who political candidates are and what the issues are. And I'm just living my life. What kind of life is that? Like, what do you do? What do you eat for breakfast? What are your afternoons like? How are you unfamiliar? Like, there's one guy in this article that said, oh, that one right there looks familiar, but I'm not sure who it is. And he's talking about Mandela Barnes. How do you not know who he is? Mandela Barnes is literally everywhere. He's even places where we don't want to see him. The weird granola eaters do this thing every year called the River West 24, and it's a 24-hour bike tour, and they have different stops, and people are partying all night, and they have DJs, and they have all sorts of, it's just a weird, it's for people that are unbathed. It is. That's what it is. It's the River West 24. They call it the People's Holiday. It's a very big deal for those kinds of people where, you know the kind of people I'm talking about, where if you want to hide something from them, you hide it under the soap. Oh, relax, everybody, calm down. But you know it's partly true. So Mandela was at the River West 24 and got a tattoo. There's an article about it. I guess Francesca was there too, and she got a damn tattoo. But how do you not know? Like, what is that life like to where you are just ignorant of arguably one of the most significant gubernatorial races in the entire country? WISN 12 will host a live broadcast of the debate tonight, Tuesday, July 28th from 7 until 8 p.m. You also can watch it via Hughes Views 414, and I will have my live chat up, running, and fired up. The debate includes the primary candidates vying to become the Democratic nominee in the race for Wisconsin governor. It will feature Mandela Barnes, Joel Brennan, David Crowley, Franny Pants, and Kelly Kelderoys. WISN news reporter Kendall Keys talked to voters across the city of Milwaukee to gauge awareness of the 5 Democratic candidates, the issues that matter most to them, and whether the debate could influence their decision. Quote, do you recognize these people? Keys asked Terrence Williams on Brady Street. He said yes. 1. Quote, I have no idea, said Jose Ramirez when shown photos of the 5 candidates. He lives on Milwaukee's South Side. Recognition of all 5 candidates was actually uncommon. Quote, he looks familiar, but the rest of them no, Sharon Lyons said, pointing to Mandela Barnes' photo while speaking with WISN 12 News near 35th and Burleigh on the city's northwest side. Quote, I'm a Hong guy and I'm a Crowley guy, Ted Vaccaro, who lives on the east side, said. When asked about the most important issues in the race for governor, voters shared a variety of concerns. Quote, affordability, William Renka said, speaking with 12 News on the east side. Housing, better housing, affordable housing, Williams said. Criminal justice reform, that's the biggest one for me, Lyons said. This guy here says, maybe the potholes. There's way too many potholes everywhere, and it sucks. And healthcare. Potholes in healthcare. According to last week's Marquette Law School poll, 45% of Democratic voters are still undecided. Potholes in healthcare. When asked if they had decided on a candidate, several voters expressed uncertainty. No, not really, Williams said. I'm undecided, Rinka said. I'm undecided, Ramirez also said. Ramirez, whose concerns are potholes and health care. Meanwhile, Representative Tom Tiffany has secured the Republican Party's endorsement for governor. Quote, do you feel like this debate could sway your opinion on who you're voting for? Kendall Keyes asked Vaccaro. Quote, if I hear some more concrete policies, then it would, Vaccaro said. Quote, it depends on who is actually going to help out the people, you know. Ramirez said. Ramirez is the healthcare and pothole guy. It would be refreshing if all of the candidates could be universally in favor of filling in all the potholes. Quote, we'll be watching. You know, the world will be watching, said Demetrius Brown Jr. He sounds like a black fella. The debate airs on WISN 12 News at 7 p.m. this evening. It will be streamed on the WISN News YouTube and Facebook pages and on the Very Local app. But you don't have to worry about that because you can just subscribe to Hughes Views 414. And I'm going to be there giving live reactions to the debate. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm looking forward to it. Even though it's not going to sway my opinion, I want to see who's going to come out swinging. Joe Biden might come out swinging. He might use the N-word. He might, no, the N-word as in nice. He might come on and say, hey, everybody, I'm a nice guy. But I'm expecting David Crowley to make a name for himself and to represent for those Democrats who are in favor of an establishment person who is best suited to be Tom Tiffany. I'm also going to handicap the race because some things have changed. I think that there are, in fact, less undecided voters. Unless you're this Ramirez guy who healthcare and potholes, I don't even know if he's got different levels of government confused. Do you know that you can call a number? Mr. Ramirez, if you're listening, why would I even say that? I know damn well he's not listening. But there's a number that you can call. You can call 286-CITY. And if you give the rough coordinates of where the pothole is, if you give the nearest cross streets, and if you say, oh, it's on the north side of the street or the south side of the street or the east side of the street or the west side of the street, they will log that, and those potholes are oftentimes they're filled within 72 hours, so you don't have to wait for the governor of the state to fill in the potholes. So you just call 286-CITY, and you can report the potholes. You don't have to wait for Mandela Barnes after he gets sworn in, and his first order of business is to fill in the potholes on 38th and Townsend. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, who also wants the potholes filled in. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know dads. The ones who know how to build it all, grill it all, and fix it all while still taking the time to share it all. So show them how much you care with great Father's Day gifts for one-of-a-kind dads. Like men's work and sport short-sleeve plaid shirts, just $19.99. And new at Blaine's, save $50 on the Milwaukee M18 leaf blower when you buy a qualifying Milwaukee line trimmer. Find value on the gifts he'll value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
JD the Poet says, my younger white counterparts want Fran Hong to win, and they don't know why. They know her name and not who their school board representative currently is. That's common, JD. Most people can't name who their school board rep is. Do I even know mine? Erica Simonson, maybe? Does that sound familiar? I know some old white lady. JD the Poet says Trump is allegedly incontinent. I think we knew that, didn't we? That Trump goes number 1 and number 2 on himself, but nobody's shocked by that. LaRon says Joel Brennan had a rally at the Mequon Public Market last night while I was working. My internal complaint was that he did not walk around and meet any of the vendors, especially the minority ones. Hey, leave him alone. I wouldn't want to talk to you blacks either. I'm kidding. We're fatigued of you. JD the Poet says Joel has no desire to represent blacks, women, the handicapped, or any marginalized community. JD! That's not nice. JD, did you not hear my interview with Joel Brennan? I don't do many long-form interviews because there's really nobody I want to talk to for an hour. There isn't. All of the people that I would even consider talking to for an hour or more, I've already talked to, and I have no desire to talk to them again. But I found that interview to be informative and insightful. It wasn't like flashy or anything. It was just matter of fact. He answered all the questions. I think he proved that he is a steady hand. But I don't need somebody who's going to go above and beyond for black people. Let me tell you why. When you represent black people, you got to do it covertly, because the further you go overtly for black people, the larger the political backlash is going to be at some point in the future. And all of the things that were done overtly on behalf of African Americans will be undone and worse. That is the trick about American politics. Anything that you do for any quote unquote marginalized groups, that will allow someone from the opposite party to run and win on the accomplishments that that person had for marginalized people. It's a trick. Our progress is not cumulative. It's a classic 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. So if you have an economy that works for everyone, and every so often you have African Americans that may excel in certain economic conditions, the next person that will come for office will have a platform that wants to take away some of the gains and the progress made by African Americans, and they will win on that campaign platform. It's a ridiculous back and forth. America is not a place, nor is Wisconsin a state where they say, okay, let's help these people out. Let's level the playing field a little bit, and then let's just move forward from there. It's like, no. Let's look at who may have been helped that we don't like. Oh, you helped the Mexicans. Oh, and you helped the poor people. Let's hurt them, and then we can move forward with everything else. That is unfortunately where we are stuck with our politics. Because if everyone is doing less well, we want to punish the people who we think the least of first, instead of moving everybody forward. Let's punish the people that we dehumanize, take stuff away from them, and then we'll start moving forward after that. Oh, by the time you get to moving forward for everybody else, there's another election coming up. And guess what? The potholes never got filled. LaRon Taylor says. Later that evening, he walked to the bar with his wife across from me. He looked over, came over to chat. There was some small talk, and I called him the future governor. Until that, he didn't think I recognized him. More small talk. He bought 2 pizzas, and he's got to go home and prepare for the debate and try to set himself apart. I, LaRon says, told him what I think he should say. To do that, we will see. Well, look at you, LaRon, giving Joel Brennan debate prep. He's going to lose on that. I mean, no offense, LaRon. But let's see what else. Reginald Jones says, boomers rock. Literally. Why do we hate the baby boomers again? I'm just curious. Like, what did they do? What'd they do? Why do we hate them, Xavier? Do you hate the baby boomers? Do you hate people born between 1946 and 1964? I'm curious.
Do I hate the baby boomers?
Yes.
I hate the white baby boomers, yes.
That's racist.
Well, they voted for Donald Trump. They're pushing a lot of these. They're hoarding a lot of the wealth. Yeah, I have a couple reasons just to think of off the top of my head. But for the most part, yeah, I hate their racism. I hate their addiction to Fox News.
I think that's a little stereotypical to lump people born between 1946 and 1964 because some of those are black people. Some of those black people who are baby boomers fought and died for voting rights and for civil rights and for labor rights. So I tend to parse out. Here is what I would say when it comes to Donald Trump, and this is where everybody seems to get it wrong because we still pedestalize and infantilize white women. They voted for Trump. They're the largest constituency in this country, and they vote for Republicans, even the young white women, even the white women that you would think never in a million years they would vote for Donald Trump. They did, and that's where he won because white women were not going to vote for Kamala Harris because I don't know if you guys know this. White women secretly hate black women, and sometimes it's not a secret. So I think it kind of fits our narratives. Oh, it's the boomers. And ooh, I happen to like the boomers because they did things that my generation was incapable of doing, but certainly lived off of that progress. But we don't ever hold white women responsible. Even after white women lost their reproductive rights, they turned right back around and voted for Donald Trump again. Just blows my absolute mind, but they'll continue to do it because nobody calls them out or holds them responsible. And if you do corner a white woman and ask her why she votes for Donald Trump, she'll just start crying. Why are you making me feel like this? You're being very aggressive. And then we back off. And they're like, haha, gotcha, with the white woman tears.
You back off.
You know.
I'm not swayed by white women tears because I know what they are.
Oh, stop it. You got a phone full of naked white girls.
So that doesn't mean I fall for their white tears.
Fair enough.
I'm hard on these women out here.
How hard?
Very.
You got any new pictures in there?
I always have new pictures.
Really?
Yeah, I have well, she's not white, but
What?
Well, I date all kinds of women.
Is that right? Do you have a favorite flavor of woman? I'm just curious.
Favorite flavor?
Like a favorite race or ethnicity?
It
I
just
know
depends.
what you're going to say. Say it.
It depends.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, depends on what?
Depends on the personality. Depends how they smell. Their
Smelling good
style
is very important.
Yeah, smell is one of my top things. So,
I shouldn't admit this, but
what?
Because we don't work for Good Karma Brands anymore.
No, we don't.
They hire new people all the time upstairs. So every time I don't mingle with the folks anymore. I walk in, I go to this little room, I close the door, I prepare for my show, I walk downstairs, I come into the studio. I don't really interact with people. But every so often as I'm walking through the hallway or walking toward the stairs, I'll see a new one. Man, I seen this one today, and she smelled so good. She had a trail of scent. And I started biting the air.
That's my favorite kind of woman right there.
Shoo! It's something about it.
Yes.
It's something about the way they smell sometimes. Yeah, well, anyways.
Yeah.
Guru says Joe Brennan's brother-in-law has $200 million. That's whose taxes will go up. $1 million is small fries. That's not even getting taxed. I believe New Yorkers who make over $5 million annually, their taxes went up. Tia says, Sherwin, the Democrats in this race are embarrassing as hell. I see Tiffany winning. We have no one that can win all of Wisconsin. Well, I gave you guys my thoughts on the strategy, and I think it was rejected because I think that I don't even know what to think because we don't really – the issues sometimes are secondary to how we feel about a candidate. Like if you like a candidate, even though they may not be able to win, like you feel like you're doing a favor for them if you're voting for the person that you like but they can't win, or maybe there's some kind of internal guilt if you don't vote for the candidate that you feel sorry for. I don't know. I like candidates that actually can win because then we can have policy discussions that can actually turn into law and move things forward because I'm tired of complaining about the same stuff. For the most part, I've been talking about the same damn things plaguing Milwaukee, especially Black Milwaukee, for the last 15 years. It'd be nice to talk about other things. It'd be nice to talk about, I don't know, sunshine, rainbows, glitter, unicorns. It would be very nice to just talk about, I don't know,
women.
The weather. You said women?
Yes.
We talk about women all the time. You can't get away from them.
We don't talk about them that much.
Yes, we do. You bring them up a lot.
Do I?
Yep. Always talking about what you got going on the weekends and all the releasing that you do, and that's why you're so relaxed. You be talking about women folk all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's off-air conversations.
I got to be careful, though, because I tend to go too far. And it starts to dominate the conversation. This is a political talk show, and I think that we need political conversations because far too many people aren't versed enough on the details of how all of these things work and policy and campaigns and candidates and all of that stuff. So I want to make sure that we're informed. When we get to talking about women folk, that just distracts me, especially because it is Silver Fox summer.
It is.
I told y'all I was at Bastille Days walking around just minding my own business. I wasn't bothering no damn body. I'm just looking around, admiring the sights and the sounds and the experience of French culture. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes a woman named Eileen. Yeah! It's Silver Fox summer, Sherwin! Yeah! And I was like, cheers to that.
I would hate that.
The problem that I have is that when I least expect it is when I get recognized. Because sometimes I'll be out doing hood rat stuff. I think I can get away with it. And then people all of a sudden, is that Sherwin Hughes from the radio doing hood rat things?
Gotta wear a shiesty.
And then I gotta run away. And then I drive a very obvious and conspicuous car, which doesn't help either. So, okay, take a break, come back. What do I got here? Oh, I want to talk about jobs because I want you folks to be employed. Some of you might want a new career. You don't like your job. You don't like your boss. You don't like your manager. You might be listening to this program right now at work in your cubicle, and your manager is standing over you because, you know, you guys are going over some quarterly reports. I want you to look at your manager. Right, look at him in the face. Tell him you don't like him. No, don't say that. But I'm going to give you two things. Jobs that are plentiful, industries that are expanding, okay? I'm also going to give you a list of cities and states where these opportunities are abundant. It's about 7 or 8 different industries, and some of you might be looking for a career change. I'm going to give you what careers you should consider, but more importantly, when you have conversations with the youth and the young people, because it troubles me that it's hard for me to talk to a young person and say, hey, here's what you should do with your life. Here's the career track that you should be on, because I really don't know, because this economy is weird. And we also don't know the impact of AI. So I'm going to give you jobs that are will withstand the test of time and technology, and they are expanding, and also possible relocation states and cities if you want to consider, or if you have a young person that you're talking to, it can give them some ideas and opportunities and options for their career. But I also have a list of careers that AI is going to completely evaporate. And so if you are in one of these careers, or if you are considering it, you may want to reconsider, because I have a listing of jobs that AI is going to ultimately eliminate. And I want you guys to steer clear of that. I want you all to have gainful employment. I want you to like what you do and do what you like. I want you to make oodles and oodles of money. I want you to go out and be able to have fun and take a vacation and buy nice shoes. I want everyone to have nice shoes. I just want you just to be generally happy and to be able to afford your health care. And I want you to just have money and have fun. And I want you to be able to donate money and give money away. I want you to have so much money that if you go out on a Friday night and you open up your wallet, and you're like, oh, I spent $50 more than I thought. I want you to not even care that you spent an extra $50. That's what I want for all of you, and I'm going to help you get there. We're going to talk about that next. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
JD the Poet says, voter issues are clearly diverse. Katz says Barnes used 85% of his nonprofit political action committee dollars for non-political action committee activities, salaries, consultants, just another corrupt nonprofit. Milwaukee's claim to fame, corrupt nonprofit. So I received the official and formal complaint that has been filed against Mandela Barnes for campaign finance rules violations for that very thing that you just brought up, Katz, him using only 15% of his political action committee's dollars for candidate activities. I am not sure if that complaint is going to have any bearing on this race, because essentially the election is already here. And what is the absolute worst that can happen? He's got to pay some of the money back, or he gets a fine. Either way, he is on the ballot. The ballots have already been mailed out. The ballots have already been printed, and they are available starting today at early voting sites. But I guess it's just another, situation to make voters even more weary and distrustful of those that are running for office. What else we got here? Tia says, people really so stupid. Joel is the only one that has a chance. If you look practically, yes, but campaigns a lot of times are about excitement. It's about exuberance. It's about youth. It's about how do you bring up what everybody is thinking? How do you introduce to voters policy areas that really affect people, even though getting real change is difficult and it takes a very, very long time? Campaigns can offer you anything because there's no legislation that's a part of the campaign. The campaign is a love letter. The campaign is poetry. The campaign is designed to get you hooked and get you mystified and designed to get you to fall in love. The campaign is dating. The campaign is courtship. We're courting these people. We're serial daters. And some of you have dated Mandela Barnes. Some of you have dated Franny Pants. Joe Brennan, David Crowley. We're basically on a dating app. And these are the people that are in our inbox. And we're talking to Joel, and we're talking to David, and we're talking to Franny Pants, and we're talking to Kelda, and we're trying to narrow it down because we got to be committed to one. So the primary is dating. Who wins the election is the marriage. Marriage is tough. Marriage is a lot of compromise. Marriage is a lot of commitment because we will be, for hell or high water, committed to whoever wins on November 3rd. That's a Tuesday, by the way. We're going to be committed to them for 4 years. We've got a 4-year marriage. And maybe the marriage, maybe it goes well. Maybe it's a steady marriage where everything is just going well and it's predictable. Like we were married to Tony Evers for 8 years. We didn't really have a lot of sex, but it was steady. He provided, right? He was there when we needed him. He was there when we had the COVID, and he got the COVID masks and he got the COVID injections. He was just steady. And now it's our marriage with Tony is ending. It's going to be over. And now we're dating again. And we have 5 candidates on the Democratic side. And then we have a Republican that lived with his mother because they're a possible option too. The campaign is dating. The actual election and the winner, the governor, that is the commitment and the marriage. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for hour 2.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. The Democratic Party candidate debate is going to be tonight. I'm going to carry it live on my YouTube channel. I feel like I'm probably going to get in some kind of copyright trouble, but screw it. Make sure you subscribe to Hughes Views 414 on YouTube. We'll do live commentary via the YouTube chat, and I'll give you my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and we can watch the debate together like a big old debate orgy. Give your opinions, share your thoughts. I might even take a couple of telephone calls, which is usually a fatal mistake. I have a list of jobs, industries, and opportunities, particularly for African Americans, where these jobs and opportunities and career tracks offer upward mobility, stability, great wages, and great benefits. I'm also going to give you a list of industries that are likely to be completely replaced and obliterated by artificial intelligence, because I want to make sure that you all are on the right side of the economy. But let me read a few more YouTube comments. There's so much gold in the YouTube comments. Mr. Mahdi says, Professor Hughes, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you too. Mandela Barnes came to church Sunday. I told him I will try to convince you to have him on the show. For what, Mahdi? For what? What could he possibly say we haven't heard already? He got elected lieutenant governor in 2018. Let's go back even before that. He got elected to the assembly in 2012. He ran for the Senate against Lena Taylor in 2016. He runs for lieutenant governor in 2018, got elected, quit that position, ran for the Senate in 2022, and I interviewed him damn near at every single step of the way. What more could he possibly say? For what? He is in this race to make sure he splits votes with David Crowley. Why do I need to talk to him? Why would I waste his time, yours, or anybody else's? Because I can't just sit across from somebody and talk to them and just have it mean nothing, because I feel like I'm wasting my time. What do you expect from him? Some grand revelation of how he's going to fix everything? This dude has been in public office for the last 14 years. If there was stuff that he could have fixed, he'd have fixed it already. It's just theater. David Crowley gets into the race Labor Day. Mandela gets in the race in December. Even though when I say everybody told Mandela not to get in the race, now you got Congresswoman Gwen Moore yelling at Mandela, telling him to drop out, and he's not doing it. He's not budging. He is splitting the very finite number of votes that we have in this state of people that are even willing to vote for an African-American candidate. And some of you will say, oh, well, black people are willing to vote for a black candidate. We're only 4% of the population, only about 2% of the voters, and some of us are disenfranchised. Some of us are under the age of 18. So it's a very, very narrow slice of voters that David Crowley and Mandela Barnes are splitting. And if Mandela was to drop out and put his full-throated endorsement behind David, then David could fare better, especially with his endorsement from Tony Evers. But the problem that I have, and there are many, is that Mandela had the field cleared for him so he could run for the U.S. Senate against Ron Johnson with essentially no Democratic primary opponents, and Mandela is not offering that same courtesy. Loyalty and reciprocation are very, very important. If you do something for somebody, you do them a solid, you look out for them because you're that kind of person, but then one day you may need something. Remember, you did a solid for this person. You went out of your way for somebody. You inconvenienced yourself for another human being, and maybe they appreciated it. And guess what they told you? They're like, one day I'm going to pay you back for this favor. Thank you for looking out for me. I want y'all to really listen to what I'm saying to you now, because this is what it comes down to. You do a favor for somebody when you didn't have to. You went out of your way. You inconvenienced yourself to help somebody else. And then some time passes, and then you need them. You need them to return that favor. And they don't. They just don't. They don't. You did something for them. And sometimes you got to keep score now. Sometimes we sacrifice for other people in hopes that if we need something or if we need them, they will remember how we helped them out in their time of need. To me, those are the worst kinds of people, and those are the worst kind of folks to run for office, because if you can't be a person of your word, and if you can't be solid, and if you can't be loyal, and I have a different standard, and don't be offended when I say this. I don't have that standard for women. I expect women to backstab. I expect them to lie. I expect a woman to want everyone to do everything for them and them having no intention of returning that favor. That's just my expectation. Now, women can defy my expectation, but usually they don't. But when it comes to a man, your manhood is your loyalty and your word, period. And you can judge a man on a whole bunch of other characteristics and qualities. But when a man says something to you, or if a man says, hey, you know what, I got you, I'm going to do you this favor, and I'm going to keep my word, and one day if you need me, I'm going to return that favor. And if a man breaks that oath, to me, you got to be discarded. You got to go to the recycle bin, because you got to thin the herd some kind of way. The best human beings are those that keep their word, keep their promise, and understand loyalty and reciprocation. And Mandela just didn't do that. He didn't. And I personally have a problem with that. And that is not somebody that I want negotiating with these Republicans on my behalf. So no, Mr. Mahdi, I do not want him on my show. For what? So we can sit here and lie right to my face? I'd rather eat oatmeal with no sugar. When you think about it, oatmeal with no sugar is just like lumpy mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Can I take a moment and talk about people that put sugar in grits? Why do you do that? If you put sugar in grits, why don't you put sugar in your mashed potatoes? Grits are supposed to be savory. Grits need the salt. Grits need the pepper. Grits need the butter. And grits need copious amounts of cheese. An embarrassing amount of cheese. An amount of cheese that makes you think twice. I haven't been to the Olive Garden in a very long time. But I don't knock the Olive Garden. If I need a quick fix, you know what I mean? Of some Italian. They got good salad. And those breadsticks, come on now. Stop playing with me. You know, they bring your entree out. There's only one thing to get when you go to the Olive Garden. It's called the Tour of Italy. It is a chicken parmesan. It is their famous fettuccine alfredo. And it is a nice, healthy portion of their lasagna. And they'll bring out your entree. They'll bring out the plate. You know what they always say? Be careful, the plate is hot. They always say that. And then they have that, you know what? They got that grinder, that cheese grinder. You know what I'm talking about? It's got the Parmesan. They shred the Parmesan and they say, they'll look at you. And they're very serious when they say this. Fresh grated Parmesan. I smile and nod. And then they make the mistake. Okay, you just tell me when. And they get to grinding. And they're still grinding. That cheese coming out like snow. Like Tony Montana and cocaine. That cheese is just coming out. Oh, okay, sir, tell me when. There is no when. Go back and get a spare grinder. Tell you when. I should feel bad for doing. I make them run out of cheese. I'm just saying.
You need that much cheese?
I need it. I have to have it. It makes everything better. A hamburger versus a cheeseburger are two totally different culinary experiences. Who eats a hamburger? What kind of life do you have? Like, what kind of trauma did you experience that you want a bun, some meat, and then just pickles? What?
Lactose intolerant?
You better find a way to tolerate it. Lactose intolerant. Get away from me. Gluten-free. Where do these people even come from? Peanut allergies? How did these things... I don't know what it is. It's these parents. Oh, don't let my baby touch anything. I can't. Got to keep my baby shielded from the world. And then they end up being allergic to everything. My whole generation played in dirt. We played in mud. We stepped on rusty nails, came home with hypodermic needles stuck all over our body, and we're hardy. Generation X, we're made out of steel. These younger kids are made out of cotton swabs. They are. Oh, I can't go outside when it's raining. No, I might. Unbelievable. I just feel like I'm turning into an old grumpy man.
Yeah.
But gluten-free, is it gluten-free? People that can't have gluten have celiac disease. Do you know how rare celiac disease is? It's so rare that some of you have never even heard of it before. It's like less than 1% of the population where gluten actually makes them sick. And the other people that can't have gluten are people that are diagnosed with epilepsy. Some of you might, maybe some of you have it. But no, is it gluten-free pasta? I like eating pizza here because the crust is gluten-free. How are you allergic to wheat? And you're a human being. And these are the people that are voting our elections. Oh, I know who's allergic to gluten. Democratic socialists. That's what it is. They're allergic to peanuts, gluten, responsibility, hard work.
I think anything that you think's bad,
yes,
the DSA does.
Yes, that's probably true.
No,
I just don't like their manipulation because I see the Trumpism in their political agenda. They are manipulating vulnerable people, which is a very easy way. It's like cheating. It is an easy way to get people on your side. You promise them everything that they feel like they are missing with no real pathway to create that legislation. Francesca can't do anything, she says, without a legislature. Now, if she had a legislative majority of Democratic socialists in the Senate and the Assembly, absolutely, totally a cakewalk. But she is not also campaigning on behalf of 25 or 30 other Democratic socialists who are running for legislative positions, because the Democrats, if they get the majority in the Senate and the Assembly, are going to shoot down all of her proposals like they would a Republican, because it won't make any kind of financial sense. Wisconsin is a purple state, and I think people are going to have to find that out the hard way when just enough people stay home or vote for Tom Tiffany, and we welcome Donald Trump into the state of Wisconsin. And I'm predicting all of this, and it's breaking my damn heart. But she sounds great. I think Franny Pants is running a fantastic campaign. It's one of pleasant personality, and she's getting people fired up and excited. Now, she's lying to them, but what's going to happen is, just like with the Bernie folks, they're going to ultimately rebel, because Democratic socialists are telling people, oh, if Franny gets the nomination, you better support her. But then we can't tell a Democratic socialist, if David Crowley gets the nomination, you better support him, because they won't, because they made it clear they will not support an establishment candidate. That's cool. I respect that. You have your political views and you're standing on business. You don't like the establishment and you will not vote for and support an establishment candidate. I respect that. But respect the fact that I won't vote for a Democratic socialist. That's when they get mad. That's when they want to come and protest. Susie, what are you doing? I'm getting some new pink hair dye. I got to protest this weekend. I want to make sure my hair is as pink as possible.
Is my hair pink? Or your neighbor that has the Francesca Hong sign up?
You got a wig.
I have a wig?
Oh, God, yes.
No.
Yes, you do. You have wigs to match your little prank call personalities. I bet when you do your little prank calls, when you be calling my podcast, you go into full character.
No, I just kind of go on that's all on the whim. So I tune in and I say, oh, what is he talking about today? And I say, how can I antagonize him? And then I come up with a character on the spot.
And you go, and that's fine because it's very entertaining because I know it's you. And
I haven't called in 2 months.
you get in full character. You put on your wig. You got a My Little Pony shirt, but it's like a belly shirt, and it shows your belly button, and it's got a rainbow on it. I don't mind it. It's very entertaining.
I think you're just exposing yourself a little bit. I don't know. I think you're just coming up with this characterization of this people that support this person, and it's totally not right. I mean, I think a lot of people that support her are working class, obviously people that are vulnerable, and she has some people that have pink and purple hair that just really
Those
made
are
you
the
mad.
loudest ones, though. That's the thing about the pink and the purple. And I think that's also like code for how they can identify each other in the crowd. Like, oh, look, an ally. Like, these are also the people that like wear tails. You ever see these people? They're in public and they're like anime.
I like anime.
Huh. Shocker.
What do you mean? Nothing wrong with a nice
No.
You didn't watch cartoons in the morning?
Xavier, I'm 51 years old and I'm closer to retirement than I've ever been. No.
Hold on, they didn't have cartoons in the morning when you were a kid.
In the 20th century, in the 1980s, absolutely. But then this really weird thing started happening to me. I started getting pubic hair, and I turned into a man.
Well, I'm talking about when I was a kid and I was growing up. Saturday mornings, they had anime on for the.
There was no anime. There was no Japanese cartoons other than Speed
Pokemon,
Racer, and they didn't have no Pokemon.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
I watched real cartoons. I watched
Dragon Ball Z,
violent cartoons where the Roadrunner and the Coyote was blowing each other up with dynamite. I watched terrorism cartoons. I learned how to kill by watching my cartoons. Y'all didn't learn how to kill.
I watched those too. Bugs Bunny was my favorite guy.
How did we get here? I'm supposed to be talking about jobs.
Well, we're talking about democratic socialists, and I was talking about how you're just caring about this like fake characterization of the people that support Fran, and I was just saying that you're wrong. There's some people that have purple hair and pink hair that support him, but there's a lot of working class people that support her that are black, white, Mexican, all over the board. And I think they will vote for whoever. I mean, I think there will be some people that won't vote for an establishment candidate that comes out, but I guarantee a large majority of them will.
60% won't, because we saw it with Bernie. All you got to do, like, history is repeating itself so perfectly right now. We literally are reliving through 2016 with the rise of Bernie Sanders and then the ultimate fall of Bernie Sanders. And we saw what Sanders supporters did. They supported him, but then when it's not him and it's a moderate establishment candidate, they stay home, and then Donald Trump won. Same thing's going to happen here. I just predict Tom Tiffany. Y'all didn't like my strategy.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Tom Tiffany has a chance. I think it'll be a close race, but I don't know. I think Fran will win by at least 2 or 3 points.
The latest poll that I have. Now, there's another Marquette University poll coming out, I believe, either today or Thursday. And I'm not really a fan of Marquette polls, but they're the local university, blah, 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 blah. Fran loses to Tom Tiffany by 5 points. So outside of the margin of error in the polls. But we don't want it to come to that. I would prefer it be David Crowley, because David Crowley can. Yeah, but he's black, though. Damn it, David.
Well, I guess we'll have to see about tonight, and then, when the primary happens, because either way it goes, we're going to have to come around the nominee, because we can't have Tom Tiffany come in. So say Francesca wins, what will you do? Will you not back her, or will you say, oh, Tom Tiffany's going to win?
I got to get her back on the show, and me and her are going to have a heart-to-heart, because she's going to have to freeze her position on education. She's going to have to.
Okay.
Because I cannot vote for a person and potentially make them the executive when they want to resegregate black children into failing schools. That's a non-starter for me. Now, if she moves on that, and if she puts people in her cabinet that have experience where she does not, like real solid bureaucrats that can run those agencies, and not people like Ryan Clancy. Like, I can't have state government turning into a pro-Palestinian protest. I can't have that, because we got stuff we actually have to get done in this city and not be so ruled by ideology. Can't do that, okay? If we can get some sensible people in her cabinet, she surrounds her. So I need her to be around a lot of black people. I don't see a lot of blacks around her. I don't see a lot of blacks. Maybe she's hiding her blacks.
I have.
I'm sure you have, but you're more exposed to her than I am. But I know that her campaign is not. It is not focused on some of the issues that we find of tremendous importance here to the city of Milwaukee, which is a black city. I'm going to take a break, come back, talk about purple hair. But why is she's just, okay, one last thing, and I got to take a commercial break. Uncompromising for queer folk, but not uncompromising for black kids who are lead poisoned, who can't read. You know, she's picking her people and her constituents, and she can. But that does not give me warm and fuzzy feelings about who she is intentionally wanting to put her political energy and policy behind. And I okay, fine. The queers have their people, but I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I know that blackness has an impact on quality of life and infant mortality and maternal mortality and wealth and income and home ownership and poverty. Like, how about a little focus on that?
Yeah, I just think the queer thing last month was literally Pride Month.
No, she didn't. That's not a part of her campaign just because it was June. It's listed on her actual bullet points of what her campaign platform is.
Yes.
Uncompromising for the queers, which, okay. But who else you want compromising for? So I gotta be queer? I don't even know how to be queer.
No, I think you should ask her, oh, what is your plan for the blacks?
Oh, I asked her that. You remember?
Yeah, and you said, I can get down with that.
She gave me a Democratic Socialist answer. She was like, I want everyone to love black people, which I agree. I do too, but that's not a policy. That's like Obama selling hope and change.
Yeah, well, next time, if you talk to her, let's get down to the nitty-gritty then.
She has to win, though. If she wins,
yes.
But she's got to move on education. She can't be where she is.
Well, you got to talk to her about it then.
No, she need to talk to me about it.
Well.
She need to convince me.
Yeah.
Franny Pants.
Well, let's have her on if she wins.
She got to win for her. Let's see how she does in this debate. I think they coming for her ass tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. I'd rather them talk about policy than what they are not and what she is. Because what it's all about is the people of Wisconsin and not about these labels. I don't really care that she identifies as a Democratic Socialist because honestly, I don't identify as a Democratic Socialist.
I care if somebody identifies as a goddamn Republican. I care if somebody identifies as a Trumper. I care if somebody identifies as MAGA because they're telling you exactly who and what they are. It's not my option to ignore when somebody is telling me who they are. I have to believe them.
I just care about the policies.
Well, then you should have ran for office.
No, I have too much naughty things on me. Oppo research would run circles around me.
She got a lot of hoes?
Me?
What? What's in your Oppo?
Just a lot of promiscuity.
All right, you got a lot of hoes. Or maybe are you a hoe?
I
you
guess.
Out here hoeing? You be thotting?
Yeah, I'll be out here thotting. Nothing wrong with that. I promote male thotting.
We can agree on something. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a united way, improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Smiling faces sometimes pretend to be your friend.
LaRon says, purple hair greater than the YNs. I can't rock with somebody that can't tell me what a woman is. Nah. What? That used to be the simplest question to answer. What's a woman? XY chromosome? Certain reproductive organs? Now it's a little more nuanced. I don't even know where that even came from.
Yeah, I think you're confusing sex and gender.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, they're two different things.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
No.
Gender is a social construct. Sex is science.
Okay. What's a woman?
A woman with what's that? XY chromosomes or whatever?
No. Don't take my answer because that's
that's what it is. That's sex wise. That's what a woman is.
Okay, so if somebody says that they identify as a woman but they don't have that chromosomal makeup, you just be like, okay,
that's their gender, so they identify as a woman.
Okay, so gender, you can identify as anything or nothing.
Sure.
Okay.
Just like the woman called in the other day, she said she's non-binary.
And do I have to oblige someone by what they choose personally to identify as? If somebody wants to identify as a Ford pickup truck and I have to call them trucky, do I gotta put diesel in their butthole and like I have to oblige?
Well, I don't think you have to do all that, but I would say like this. You want to be identified as Sherwin.
That's correct.
And what if someone walked up to you and called you Sherman? You wouldn't like that. You prefer to be called Sherwin.
That's different. That's my actual name.
Well, yeah, and sometimes those people's names. So say they look like a Jeff and they want to be called Jill. All right, your name is Jill. I'll call you Jill. What does that?
But then just because the name is Jill, Jeff is still a Jeff.
Yeah, his sex. But
I got to call him Jill.
Yeah, because he identifies as a woman. It's not even that hard. Like, how does that harm you or anything?
If I have to indicate my pronouns, like in an email, then I'm not doing something right. If it's not obvious what my pronouns are, if I got to tell someone that I identify as something different than what you are seeing with your own eyes, it's a little confusing.
I don't know.
Okay, I want to identify as money.
Okay.
You're
a $100 bill.
No.
What are you then?
I'm 48. I want to identify as $32 million. Okay. That's what you're going to call me. $32 million.
$32 million.
Thank you for listening to The Truth with $32 million. See, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, see what and then what how does that affect me? I just call you $32 million.
Clearly, this is
It's simple.
No, it ain't.
Very
It's
simple.
ridiculous. It's just an unnecessary thing. Mr. Mahdi said, Xavier, when you find a good woman, the rest won't matter. You find a good woman all the time. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah, I know plenty of nice, fine women.
Better get the phone. I got jobs and career opportunities I want to talk to you about. The strongest opportunities for African Americans over the next 10 to 20 years are concentrated in industries with 5 characteristics. The strongest opportunities for African Americans over the next 10 to 20 years are concentrated in industries with 5 characteristics. 1, persistent labor shortages. 2, above average wages. 3, strong union or employer benefits. 4, clear promotion pathways without requiring elite educational credentials. And 5, growing representation of Black professionals and entrepreneurs, because I want Black people to perform very well economically, because I don't want us to be poor. I want our talents to be realized and respected, and I want our talents to help industries grow, and I want our talents to help America become much more competitive. There's no industry that is, quote, inherently better for African Americans just because of race. However, because of demographics, educational trends, urban labor markets, public sector employment, supplier diversity, which we're going to get rid of here in Wisconsin, and geographic concentration, some industries have historically provided greater upward mobility for African American workers than others. And this is the kind of stuff that I want rolled into the gubernatorial campaign, because I'm going to list for you the industries which are going to provide the best professional opportunities for African Americans now and moving into the decades ahead. I would like to see our state have a concerted effort in bringing these industries here and supporting these industries so we can get more African Americans off of welfare rolls and actually into the workforce, being productive and contributing to society and also paying into Social Security. Like, that's not unreasonable for me to expect that from a candidate running for governor. I want the government to have to worry less about these poverty programs for Black folks and worry more about how we can support industries that are going to grow with Black professionals in mind. And that is not too much to ask. Even if you don't like Black people, I think you still would have some desire for us to be self-sufficient. Number 1 is healthcare. America is aging rapidly, those baby boomers that we're talking about. In fact, the oldest of the baby boomers turned 80 this year. By the mid-2030s, Americans over 65 will outnumber children under 18. Healthcare employment continues growing regardless of economic recession and downturns. Registered nurses, physician assistants, physical therapists, respiratory therapists, medical imaging technologists, laboratory scientists, pharmacists, healthcare administration, and healthcare informatics. Typical compensation. Now, everybody can't be a nurse now. I'm just letting y'all know some of y'all ain't got the right bedside manner. I've had plenty of nurses in my life, and they usually fall in one of 2 categories. They are frightening and they want to kill you, or you fall in love with them. You ever get a really good nurse? Like a really good one? And they're cute. I remember when scrubs used to be baggy. They wear tight scrubs now.
Yes.
Oh.
I love nurses.
God bless. Well, you got to be careful because they be some hoes. Big
Oh,
time.
yes.
You got to be careful if you date one.
Oh, no.
You got to learn from that mistake.
I haven't dated one, but I've dated nurses, if that makes sense.
When I passed out on air last August, they took me to the ER, and I had the most lovely. She was so delightful. She's like, "Oh my God, Sherwin, I'm gonna take care of you. Come here, big. Come here, give me a hug." It's going to be okay. Come on. Now take off your pants. I was like, gladly. You have any pain? You want a little morphine? Mm-hmm. Here, a little bit for you. A little bit. Here, I'll even have some too. Oh, she was wonderful. Nurses make between $85,000 and $120,000 plus per year. Physicians' assistants, $130,000 plus. Imaging technologists and specialists, $90,000 to $140,000 plus. Hospital administrators can make in upwards of $250,000. Why am I doing radio? Why? I should be administering a hospital.
Too much school.
I think maybe just for a hospital administration, you probably would need an MBA. $250,000 though, and this is an industry that's never going out of business because Americans love to be sick. We love to get all the diabetes. We loved all of the sicknesses and the illnesses. We love it. Hand transplants. Some people need new necks, plastic surgery, BBLs, big breasts, tummy tucks, plastic surgery, hair implants. Some people need new backs. Some people need wheelchairs. Some people need orthopedic diabetes shoes. People need all of the healthcare. Some people need canes. I'm going to need a cane one day. You watch out if I got a cane because I hit you in the face with it. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Black Arts Fest MKE is back and bigger than ever. Come out Saturday, August 1st at the Summerfest grounds for a full day celebrating Black culture, African heritage, music, art, fashion, food, and family fun. Enjoy live performances from Big E, Hollywood the Classic, Cold Drink, MJ, Star Red, the Lattimore Brothers, and don't miss the headliner, Dave Hollister. Celebrate the foundations of hip-hop with the legendary Boogaloo Shrimp, a.k.a. Turbo from Break It, the Divine Nine Party, a Michael Jackson tribute by Brew City Soul, a gospel music celebration, and the Black Hollywood Experience featuring Jamal Gravy Woolard and Benzino. Compete in the culture contest with a $500 cash prize awarded in the categories of African heritage hairstyles, fashion design, and fine art. Bring the whole family for horse rides, the Kid Zone, a Corvette car and bike show, and more. Tickets are on sale now, plus there are discounts for seniors and youth. Credentialed veterans and kids 7 and under are free. Black Arts Fest MKE, Saturday, August 1st at the Summerfest grounds. Get your tickets now at blackartsfestmke.com. And for more info, follow Black Arts Fest MKE on Facebook.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, I gotta ask y'all a question. So Kelda just texted me just right now. She asked me when I'm gonna have her on the show. Do y'all want to hear from her? Because if so, I'll text her back and tell her to call in right now. But I got to hear from you all. You guys want to hear from Kelda Roys, Madison-based Wisconsin State Senator, one of the 5 people vying for the gubernatorial Democratic nomination. If y'all don't want to hear from her, I ain't going to talk to her. But I'm going to ask the YouTube chat. So YouTube chat, if you want to hear from Kelda, and I don't even know if she's available right now. I know that she texted me right now, so she's near her phone, obviously. I have her call in for a couple minutes. I mean, I don't necessarily have any questions prepared, but that means that she doesn't have any answers prepared either. I mean, I probably could wing something, but I'm going to leave it up to y'all. I know there's a little bit of a delay on the YouTube chat, so I'm going to say it again. Kelda just texted me. She is asking me when I'm going to have her on the show. I didn't respond yet. If y'all want to hear from her, I have her call in. Maybe I'll have her do a little debate preview. Ask her what she's going to talk about tonight and why Wisconsin voters should consider her. Now, I know of all of the people that are running, Kelda's probably the least favorite of those in these parts, but she has she's got some influence with the white suburbans and the college-educated white ladies. So, I don't know. Maybe you guys want to hear. I'm going to check the YouTube chat now. I'm going to read what y'all say. If you want me to talk to Kelda, I'll text her back.
They're saying yes.
She needs to stop texting on Signal is what she needs to do. She got my damn phone number. I only got a Signal chat because somebody told me to get it. It's stupid. I don't need WhatsApp and Signal and then people all on Instagram Messenger and Facebook Messenger. Y'all just pick a lane and stay in it. Getting messages from 37 different people, from 37 different apps. SGMKE says, forget Wisconsin voters. What has she done for us? Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to. Let me say it flat out. Nobody's done anything for black people. No one. So let's not even ask somebody to where they got to lie and make some stuff up. Nobody's done anything for black people. We haven't even really registered on the radar of these candidates that are running for governor right now. So let's just level set right there. Let's not do that because I know we like to ambush white candidates. What have you done for black people? Because all they really got to do is and ask us, what have we done for black people? Nothing. Throw garbage on the ground. Reckless drive. Run red lights. Are they saying yes? Oh,
yep.
D. Donald said yes.
I think it would be very interesting. We should have her call in at 11.
Oh, yeah, she hates school choice. I mean, if I wanted to attack her, that would end the interview.
No, just ask her, what's your plans for school choice and why don't you support it?
Here, I'll text her right now. Do you have time to call in right now? I shouldn't say right now. Could you call in at 11 a.m.? I do still want to talk about jobs and employment. I'm not going to sit here and wait for her reply. I said it. I asked her if she has time to call in. Could you call in at 11 o'clock? I got a feeling she's going to say yes.
Yeah. What else does she have to do? I think she's
run for governor.
She's polling at 1%.
Maybe 2.
Okay, yeah.
But she's been a consistent 2. She's a solid 2.
Oh, yeah.
She's a very solid 2.
She has nothing to do.
She's probably at home with her pajamas.
Yeah, she's listening to stuff on YouTube.
Eating a Twix bar.
That damn producer doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Curly says, yes, we would like to hear from all the candidates. Okay. For what? And I probably shouldn't be asking that question, but like, are you really going to get convinced by hearing them on the radio? Are they going to say something like, oh, I like what you just said about global warming. I'm gonna vote for you now. Let's see if she texted me back. She ain't texted me back yet. Okay, then. Let's see what else we got. Sure, let's hear her out. LaRon Taylor said, no, she didn't buy pizza from me. Joel Brennan did. Aaron says, yes, but she got to talk about her education policies. JD the Poet said, we want to hear from all candidates. SGMKE said, tell her to call. Why not? Mile the Elephant says, by the way, to those still questioning why their medication are expensive, those questions should be directed to the insurance companies receiving your money every month for coverage. So when y'all pick insurance, where do you guys get insurance from? Do you get it from your employer or do you go to the exchange? If you don't go to the exchange, I would highly recommend it. Open enrollment is probably going to be somewhere around October 15th. And so you can put in like what you're looking for. Do you want lower drug costs? Do you want emergency room care? Do you want a higher deductible? Do you want a lower out-of-pocket maximum, et cetera? So like you get to custom tailor your insurance. That is one thing I'll say about the Affordable Care Act. It allows you to custom tailor your insurance based upon what your needs are. And as you age and your health conditions may change, you can sign up for different health care plans. And there's a bronze, a silver, and a gold plan usually offered with each healthcare insurance company, so you can tier things by price. It's really very convenient. I've been getting my insurance from the exchange because since it went live, it has always been better than any employer-sponsored health insurance, because health insurance sponsored by employers, I know that they offer us insurance here at Milwaukee Black Media. It's crazy expensive. Crazy, insane expensive. But they do got a good dental and eyeball plan. You got to get your teeth. You got to make sure you take care of your teeth because they say death creeps in through the gums. So you got to take care of the teeth. It's like they got a good little dental plan. Hold on, my bottom row a little crooked, but my top teeth is nice though. I never got braces. My teeth are not perfect. They get the job done. They'll bite you. I'll get a chunk of skin now. I take a bite out of you like an apple. But, you got to go to the dentist, get the dental plan, and then they got a good vision plan, too. And y'all notice I've been wearing my glasses a lot lately because I wear contacts usually. I got to get new contacts. I got to go to the eye doctor, and then you got to get your eyes looked at because you got to make sure you ain't got the glaucoma and the cataracts. So I got to go. I just got my insurance documents, so now I got the eye coverage, so I'm going to go and get my eyeballs, and I'm going to get some contacts. Because you can't really have a silver fox summer with glasses on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can.
You're a glasses wearer. I like contacts. Because with contacts, I can wear my sunglasses. I don't got prescription sunglasses.
I'm not a sunglasses kind of guy.
I am. I look cool as hell in my sunglasses.
What kind of glasses are you wearing?
Come on now. Why would you ask a grown man what kind of glasses? There's only one brand of sunglasses I would ever put on my face.
Hopefully not aviators.
Never.
Okay.
No. I'm not Joe Biden.
I'm just saying, some people like wearing aviators, and it looks very cringe.
Only Versace. I remember when Rhea was my producer, because I used to wear my sunglasses in the studio, just to make Rhea mad, because she just thought it was cheesy, and that's why I did it. But I also looked very sexy. She's like, Sherwin, those aren't even real Versace. I said, Rhea, you wouldn't know real Versace if it knocked on your door. You ain't never seen no real Versace. You can tell. Real Versace. She those aren't even real. She said that like 4 years ago. I'm still mad at her for saying that. Why? Like, I can't be out here wearing fake stuff.
Why not?
Because I have an image to maintain.
Oh, okay.
Man, y'all see Sherwin wearing them fake Versaces. I can't have people out here in the streets talking about me like that. I'm going to take a break, come back, talk to Al on the other side. Let's see if Kelda responded. She has not responded. Huh. Okay, I'm going to give her till 11 o'clock, and if not, then the window's going to close. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkuprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Eight 212-1017 is our call number. Let's talk to Al. Hello, Al. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. You know, if you really want to twist everything and F the game up, I would ask all white politicians. I would say, you know, theoretically speaking, why is it, what's I was going to say? I would ask them this. Why do you feel that black politicians like to stab each other in the back would be the first question. The second question would be, why is it the only time black people come together is for church on Sunday and funerals? I would ask, why do black people say that voting don't do nothing, but in the same breath say they believe in God? I would ask some real things to F the game up to make black people think. I would ask these white politicians, why you think black people don't use gluten in the Bible to get everything they want? Why do they feel they got to settle? Because when you look at all these other races, especially white Christians, they use gluten 1000 2.0 to get everything they want. Why do you feel that a lot of black Christians feel they got to be poor to get to heaven, and the white Christians get to heaven? Now, I will add some stuff that is so effed up. They try to get these black people to think, because everything I said, that's what a lot of them feel. I would ask white politicians, why do you feel that black people feel the best thing to get is low-income housing and settling to pay cheap rent in a neighborhood that's forgotten? I would ask these things that, because a lot of black people won't ask that. And then when they do ask that, those black politicians are going to stand there with Gorilla Glue on their lips, so you could get black people to hit the reset button so they can come out of that. Or I would ask these white politicians, why do these black voters keep voting for these black voters who don't even answer a phone call or send an email, but they only move when white people fault? Because when you look at other white voters, there's certain things in their neighborhood they're not going to allow, and they don't care who you are. So that's what I would do. Ask them something on why black people do. Because see, white people, they don't give a F. Only black people. Black people will say, well, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. F, they uncomfortable. Because, see, if black people will ask for what they want, they'll probably have a bigger turnout right now. That's what I would do. I'll hang up and listen to your thoughts.
Thanks,
Have
Al.
a great day, by the way. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Al. We hold black elected officials to too high of a standard, and we think they're going to do a whole bunch of stuff for black people, and they got to cater up to special interests because we don't contribute to their campaigns. They got to get money from somebody from somewhere so they can run for re-election. I don't know. I just know that because you're black and you get elected doesn't mean you can do a whole bunch of stuff for black people, because there's this thing called white people and Republicans and white supremacy. They don't want black people to do a bunch of stuff for black people because black people are great people, and they don't want us to be great. So Kelda responded. She's going to call in at 11 o'clock. I'm just inclined to just let her plead her case. Like, I'm not. What am I going to challenge her for? She's at 2%. I'm gonna let her, as somebody at 2%. She knows who this audience is. She knows y'all. Kelda has been asking to get on this show since last fall because she's been at TMJ more times than I can count. She's even sat down with Kyle Wallace. I've seen her here all the time. I've gone out like during my commercial breaks to go get water, and I've seen her out in the lobby. Hey, Sherwin, can I come into the studio? No. So, all right, she caught me on a weak moment. She sent me a little text message. I responded. I was like, yeah, can you call in? She's like, yeah, for how long? I was like, we'll do about 10 minutes. She was like, bet those, playa. She did not say that at all. I'm just going to let her plead her case. Because this is not a planned interview. We just going to ain't that crazy? I interviewed the Asian lady, the white Joel Brennan.
Yeah, you're anti-black.
Who else? So Kelda will be the third.
Yeah.
I ain't interviewed that
Joel Brennan.
But David Crowley has been here 47,000 times.
No, not.
It ain't none of them spending no money here on 101.7 The Truth. See, that's what I really don't like. They want your votes. They want to be able to talk to you all, but they don't want to support what we do here. This is the best radio show in the universe, pretty much. The least they could do is take some of their big old millions and millions of dollars campaign donations and support Milwaukee black media and The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, which will be right back for hour 3, where Kelda Roys will be joining us via phone. She's a Democratic candidate for governor.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Each early detection, each shortened hospital stay, each quick recovery reminds us why we serve. From first breaths to complex surgeries to rehabilitation that gets you back to your family sooner, we stand ready, quietly preparing, focused, and guided by one promise: to be fully devoted to you. Ascension, Wisconsin. Advanced care devoted to you.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 3 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And as promised, and right on time, Kelda Roys, Wisconsin State Senator and Democratic candidate for governor. Kelda, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm delighted to be with you, Sherwin. How are you?
I'm doing well. They tell me there's a debate tonight. Can you give folks a little bit of a preview of what you plan to discuss? And also, I want to give you an opportunity to make your case to voters who still may be undecided. So first, what can folks expect out of you from this highly anticipated debate tonight, and then also make your case?
Sure. Well, I'm going to focus on my positive vision for Wisconsin, how we're going to raise wages, lower costs, especially on those big ticket items like housing and healthcare, utilities and childcare, and make Wisconsin the public education state again while protecting our rights and freedoms from Donald Trump. And I think the things that set me apart in this race are my experience. I've got the most experience in and around state government. My effectiveness as a leader. I'm the only candidate that can say that for more than 2 decades, I've been able to turn good common sense ideas into law at the state level in really tough political environments. So I've got strong progressive values, but very common sense, bipartisan track record. And my ability to really take the fight to Tom Tiffany and Donald Trump and these bullies and billionaires that have been trying to rig our elections and raise prices on us so that they can profit.
Kelda, if you are able to move undecided voters to your column, if you are top of the ticket in November, will you be able to bring other Democrats running for legislative seats along with you? Can you assure us that we will have a Democratic majority in the Senate and in the Assembly if you're top of the ticket?
I believe I am the strongest candidate to do that because, I've been working alongside you and your listeners for 30 years to build Democratic power and elect Democrats in every part of the state. I think I've knocked doors in every single Senate district in this state. And I am fully committed to delivering a Democratic legislature so that we can actually make the change that we deserve.
Kelda, why do you think that the polls just have not been going your way? Like, what is missing, or where is the electorate to where you have not polled better than you are currently doing? What do you think it is?
Well, polls are just a reflection of who has spent money. And in a primary, you're going to want to backload that because most folks are, number one, not paying attention in an August primary because people are busy and it's summer. And number two, people are undecided because we've got at this point today, 5 good candidates all stepping forward to run. And so they want to see what their options are. There's only one televised debate, and it's tonight. So it doesn't surprise me that half the electorate is still undecided. And given that chance, you want to basically save as much of your resources as possible to communicate in that closing window as voters start to pay attention. So I would just tell people, don't let insiders tell you what to do. Don't let Republican dark money groups tell you what to do. Watch the debate, go to our websites, look at our records, and see the candidate who speaks the most to you. Who do you think is best qualified to take Tom Tiffany down on that debate stage? Who do you want going toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, trying to make sure that our communities get resources to recover from the recent horrible storms, for instance? And who do you think can deliver the progressive change that we actually need in this state? And then vote for that person on August 11th.
State Senator Kelda Royce is on the phone. She is a candidate for governor here in the state of Wisconsin, running as a proud and progressive Democrat. Senator, do you think that gender plays a role in our politics? Meaning, if you happen to sway enough undecided voters and you win the Democratic primary, it will be you and Sarah Godlewski running as lieutenant governor. That's an all-lady ticket, Kelda. How do you think voters in Wisconsin will respond to that? Because that would be a monumental history-making first.
Well, what about Josh Call? What about our state treasurer candidates are both men? I think what's really exciting, Sherwin, is this year we have the most diverse slate of candidates running for governor in the history of the state, and it is not close. And I get asked all the time, can a woman win statewide? Or, can a candidate of color win statewide? And I say, absolutely. This state elected Barack Obama twice. And Tammy Baldwin is the most popular elected official of either party. And, she and I have a lot in common. We're both lawyers. We're both experienced legislators. We both could be described as Dane County liberals, but we also both have strong bipartisan track records. And, she's been a great model and mentor for me and for so many others. So I feel very confident that if I am the nominee, that we will be able to not just beat Tom Tiffany and deliver a Democratic legislature, but really have historic Democratic victories here in Wisconsin.
Senator, how do you explain the rise of not just Democratic socialism, but also the rise of Francesca Hong, who is an assembly representative in your Senate district? What causality do you assign to her meteoric rise in Wisconsin politics?
Well, I think that people are obviously furious with the status quo, and I am too. I am someone that has been taking on the establishment, whether it's Republicans or sometimes Democrats. There's a reason that, Tony Evers looked to get a candidate back into the race who wasn't out rather than backing me or Mandela Barnes or even Joel Brennan, his top deputy, in this race, because I have not been willing to be anybody's lapdog. And I have been calling out the very special interests in corporate money that have been ruining our politics and making it harder for people to make ends meet for my whole career. And so I get that anger and I feel that. But I also know that people want more than just memes and bullet points. People want to see their lives actually change. And if you want to do that, number one, you got to win the election. And number two, you got to know how to use power to actually get things done. And that's where I think I am the strongest candidate in this race, because I have demonstrated the ability to do that again and again. And all the Dems running are good people with good ideas who want to do good things. I'm the one who's actually been able to show that working together, we can actually get those things done. And at the end of the day, I think that's how you get people engaged in politics. It's not just making them angry and whipping them up on the social media companies that profit from our division and our anger. It is actually putting the policies in place, like raising the minimum wage, like better funding for our schools that's more equitable, like opening up the state health insurance plan so everybody can buy in. That's how you make people's lives better, and that's how you get them engaged in politics.
Senator, I have often described this current political climate as both anti-DEI and anti-affirmative action. The Wisconsin State Supreme Court has recently declared a minority scholarship unconstitutional. In fact, your colleague, State Senator Dora Drake, was able to, at one time, take advantage of that scholarship, which will soon no longer be available. You have the Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty suing the state of Wisconsin to get rid of the supplier diversity program, which we know gives much needed opportunities to marginalized businesses so they can have opportunities with the state of Wisconsin. And in November, there is a referendum essentially banning and making unconstitutional anything related to DEI. There are a lot of African Americans that are listening to this program right now. A lot of them happen to be undecided. How do you lead in a state where the political climate, it seems, is very anti-affirmative action and anti-DEI?
I think the greatest shame of Wisconsin is that we are the worst state in the nation to raise a Black child. And that is totally unacceptable to me. I am a mom and a stepmom of 5 white kids, and I don't want my kids being raised in a state where it's the worst state for Black children. I intend to vote and continue campaigning against that amendment because I think that every single person, no matter who you are, what you look like, or where you're from, you deserve the freedom to thrive here in Wisconsin. That's why I'm so committed to things like universal paid family leave, like universal early childhood and public education, like making college affordable and accessible to every Wisconsinite, like opening up the state healthcare plan so that your ability to go see a doctor isn't rationed based on your job, and things like criminal justice reform, addressing infant and maternal mortality rates, things I've worked on for 25 years. I would just ask your listeners, Sherwin, I understand why there's a lot of distrust with politicians, especially white politicians with the Black community. Don't take my word for it. Look at what I've done and look at how I've led and the issues that I have fought for and championed, often in many cases as one of the only Democrats or one of the only political leaders that's actually willing to call out mass incarceration or call out what the state is doing to make it harder for entrepreneurs of color to be successful in the state. I am absolutely committed to a vision of justice that is inclusive and making sure that every single Wisconsinite gets the very same opportunities that my kids are lucky enough to get.
Education is very important. It's one of the primary obligations of a state to make sure that their state residents are, in fact, adequately educated. I mean, it's a workforce issue, it is a criminal justice issue, and it's a moral issue. We have some dramatically underperforming public schools in the Milwaukee area where I can point to statistics where only about 9% of some African-American fourth graders are reading on grade level, and that is something that none of us should accept. We do have a program that exists on a limited basis where poor families whose neighborhood schools are failing them, and these schools sometimes are pipelines to prison. There's limited opportunity for these families that cannot otherwise afford private school tuition to attend private schools. I'm talking about the high-performing private schools. I'm talking about the private schools that administrators and teachers want to send their children to. Your thoughts on the school choice program? I know it is politically divisive, but for some families whose neighborhood schools are abysmal and pipelines to prison, what say you to those families? Because I'm fairly certain you're not in favor of the school choice program.
Right. And I think that it is vitally important that we hear the voices of parents and kids who say that they are not getting what they need in public schools. And that's unacceptable because public education should be able to deliver for the needs of every kid. And it's not just folks in Milwaukee or in urban areas that feel like their kids are not getting what they need. I talk to folks in every part of Wisconsin, and a lot of this has to do with a 30-year Republican effort to defund public education and to deprofessionalize teaching. And when you've got a teacher retention crisis in your state like Wisconsin does, it's going to be really, really hard for kids to get a good education. I mean, Chromebooks aren't going to do it. Great teachers will. Great teachers help kids discover what they're good at and help them make up for where they're struggling. And that's why attracting and retaining great teachers is vitally important to me. And I'm proud to have the backing of WEAC, our state's teachers union. On the school voucher program, I readily acknowledge that there are some private schools that are accepting vouchers that do a good job, and others that don't. But I think public dollars belong in public education, and that is my goal, to responsibly bring this long 40-year experiment to a close, although my plan does not call for any Milwaukee or Racine student who is currently enrolled in a voucher school and liking it. They will be able to continue their education, as will their siblings, until they were to graduate from high school. But I think the statewide expansion should end. Most of those students were already in private school at their parents' expense. And I don't think it's fair for private schools to take public money but then not follow the same rules. So if you're going to take public dollars, then you got to act like a public school. You don't get to cherry pick your kids. You don't get to discriminate against kids because they have a disability. Your books have to be open. Your teachers have to be licensed and go through background checks, no corporal punishment, all the same things that we would expect of any public school.
You got a debate tonight. You excited? You about to take it to some of your primary opponents?
I'm excited to share my vision with voters. I think a lot of whom are just starting to tune into this race, which is wide open. And my hope is that they're going to see the positive, progressive vision that I have for Wisconsin and the track record I have of actually delivering on that, and conclude that I am the right candidate to lead Wisconsin forward at this really critical moment.
Wisconsin State Senator Kelda Royce, thank you for taking the time. Appreciate talking to you, and good luck on the campaign trail.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sherwin, for the chance.
All right. Have a good day. She's all right. She's good. I mean, that's not her political agenda. Doesn't move my needle. But she was polished. She's ready. She stuck to her talking points. She's very good at that. I didn't like that voucher experiment. I didn't like that. It's not an experiment. Now, however, she did give a saving grace. If there's a child that's in the school now, they can stay in the school until they graduate from high school. That's a fair compromise as far as her being a liberal and a progressive and being an anti-school choice like that. I guess I could live with that. But again, this is a woman who's polling at 2%. So what'd you think, X?
What did I think? Was I moved?
I know you weren't moved. We know where your heart lies.
Well, yeah, we already know. I'm on the winning side, But I mean, yeah, she gave some good talking points. I mean, I'm very skeptical on the whole school choice thing because I hear Republicans talk about it a lot, and Donald Trump. So I mean, but I hear working with you,
they like it for different reasons.
Yes, but whenever I hear Republicans and Donald Trump talking about talking points and stuff like that, and I hear other people repeating those talking points, obviously for different reasons, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
All I gotta say, I'm still with Francesca.
We knew you wasn't gonna be moved, man. Style points. I'll give her 7.8 out of 10. She was clear. She was articulate. She knows the subject matter. Also, full disclosure, I've known Kelda for, what year is this? 26, 21 years. She and I kind of came up together in Wisconsin politics. So I've seen her, I made a mistake, though, many, many years ago, and I'm coming to regret it.
What is that?
I told her many, many years ago, I was like, Kelda, you're going to be governor one day.
Oh.
And then maybe she took me up on it because she's trying real hard. This is her second time running for governor.
Maybe the third time would be the charm.
No, I don't think it'll be a third time.
Yeah.
What this election is going to do, it is going to permanently eliminate some people from ever running statewide ever again. Mandela will never run statewide ever again. Joel Brennan won't run statewide ever again. And I don't believe that Kelda will run statewide ever again. So it will likely clear the way for new individuals to potentially run for governor and higher office in the future, because this is one too many for some of these folks. Okay. Well, she called.
It was a good call.
She hit your boy up. She was like, yo, son, let me get on the air. Let me talk to the blacks.
Yeah, now you need to give the black candidates a chance now. You gave an Asian, 2 white candidates, 0 blacks. So I think you're anti-black.
Here, you know what? Should we get Mandela? Should I text Mandela, see if we can get Mandela on?
Yeah, we should have
He ain't
him.
going to want to talk to me.
Have him in studio, face to face.
No, we ain't doing that today. I ain't got time for that.
I mean, not today. But
I'll text Mandela right now. We going on commercial break. I'll text him and be like, hey, man, you want to come plead your case? I just let Keld on. I'll give you a couple few minutes.
Yeah, we'll have Zach.
I know how he's going to respond. He's going to respond with a middle finger emoji.
No, he'll come on and we'll have Zach bring the peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You guys can clink your peanut butter jelly sandwiches and eat and have the interview. How about that?
And I might as well text Crowley too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what kind of candidates we can get on.
Yeah, let's
see what kind of muscle your boy got. Could I get the candidates on with a text message? All right, let's.
How about next week? Let's try to get a candidate on every day.
After the debate, though, I think several of them we're not going to want to hear from anymore because there's going to be clear, decisive winners after tonight. So because I think today they're much more likely to have time to be on the show because all of them are doing their studying and preparing for the debate. So they're all probably somewhere in an office somewhere right next to their phone. So let's take this commercial break. Let me shoot a text to Mandela, and let's see what we can do. I should do a group text.
Yeah.
I should do Mandela, David Crowley.
David Crowley, who's that?
Franny Pants. I just put them all on one group text.
David Crowley, you mean Dirt McGirt?
He answered for Dirt McGirt already.
Oh, did he?
He
what was his answer for that?
He's like, he didn't write some of the worst text messages. It was a long time ago. He didn't mean it. He's kind of sorry.
Well, as long as he took ownership for it, that's the only thing that matters.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's your chance to win. We're giving away a pair of tickets to the Milwaukee Black Arts Fest. Milwaukee Black Arts Fest, MKE. That's happening Saturday, August 1st at the Summerfest grounds in Milwaukee. Don't miss an unforgettable day of music and culture and art and food and community featuring artists, the Lattimore Brothers and Dave Hollister live on stage. Listen every day for your cue to call and score a pair of tickets. Milwaukee Black Arts Fest MKE, Saturday, August 1st at the Summerfest grounds, brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. And don't miss the 1017 The Truth Family Fest happening Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. It's free and packed with music, family fun, community resources, and back-to-school support. Want to be a vendor or sponsor? Visit truthfamilyfest.com or email sierra.brown@milwaukeeblackmedia.com. That is Sierra, C-I-E-R-R-A, at milwaukeeblackmedia.com. Thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, and Ascension for making it all possible. Okay, so while I was on the commercial, we texted a couple of people, okay? I texted Sarah Godlewski, because why the hell not? Because she's running for lieutenant governor, so I shot a text to her. And then I shot a text to Mandela Barnes, and I shot a text to David Crowley. So now I'm going to wake my phone up, because my phone is flashing now. Somebody got back to your boy in 3 minutes.
Nice.
Well, that's because they're all preparing for the debate, and they're sitting somewhere in an office somewhere. So let's see. Let me open the phone up. Let me see who we got. Oh, hell, that ain't none. Somebody else texted me. Did not none of these candidates text me back.
Hopefully some booty.
What? Why are you always obsessed with ass? You worse than Al.
Yeah, it's a bad morning. Some people are texting me.
Don't they know you at work?
Yeah, they don't care.
Shouldn't they be at work?
Yeah, they are.
What if I call them? What if I call a candidate?
That would be actually pretty cool. Just got to let them know you're on air.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to tell them. Otherwise, it's illegal or something, right? I got to tell them.
Something like that.
I used to didn't do that until they said, Sherwin, you got to tell people that they're on the air. Because I called one day to make a vasectomy appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wanted men to, know what the process is like to get snips. Because we can't just trust women in birth control because they be lying sometimes. So I was like, no, we'll call and we'll make a vasectomy consultation. But they actually tried to schedule me in the office. I was like, no, I just want the details. Well, we'd rather have you come in the office.
You haven't been snipped?
Nope. I'm still shooting real bullets.
Oh, wow.
What you mean, oh, wow? If you been snipped?
Well, there's still hope for me.
No, there ain't.
Yeah, there is.
If you had a baby, it would ruin your thought.
Oh, man, if I had a baby with a woman that I loved, it'd be great.
Okay, until she cheats and then she leaves you, takes your child support and buys a Nissan Altima with your child support money, and then she's gonna be riding around with a black dude.
Don't put your terrible experiences on me.
No, brother, that's women.
No.
Oh, okay. Good luck then. I wish you the best.
My parents have been married for a long time.
Great, but you're a thought. You're not conducive.
I'm a thought because I'm a free, handsome man in this world.
Okay. And you think you're going to meet a woman one day and you're going to be all in love with her?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to meet a woman. I'm going to fall in love. I fall in love every other week.
But I hope she don't meet me.
Well,
I'll be answering her phone.
Most women that I talk to are, probably half your age. It could be your daughter.
Oh, they don't care.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, they love the silver fox. They love daddy.
Yeah. Oh,
daddy. Oh, they love it. It's crazy.
That's what they call me.
It's like the older you get, the younger and the older the potential women are that you can date. Now I can date the grandmama, the mama, the niece.
I can date all those too.
The auntie.
The cougars are coming out. They're out to play.
The stepmama, the stepdaughter. All of them. Okay, enough about that. I was talking about jobs, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Career opportunities for the blacks. I want you guys to be gainfully employed. What's this one here? What's next? Skilled trades. America has a severe shortage of electricians, plumbers, pipe fitters, HVAC, elevator mechanics, and industrial mechanics. I could be a pipe fitter.
Oh, yeah?
Yo, the pipe fits many places. Many apprentices earn while learning. Look, an elevator mechanic, I never even thought about this, can make $200,000 a year. Union electricians make between $100,000 and $160,000 a year. Linemen, so linemen are the people that get on the poles and fix the We Energies power lines. They make between $120,000 and $220,000 a year. Here's what I don't understand, because you want gender equality, don't you, ladies? You want everything to be fair with the men. How come y'all are not electricians and HVAC? How come women are not walking around out there being plumbers with the butt cracks hanging out? I never once have had a lady plumber come to my house. Never once. Hi, you Sherwin Hughes? Hey, I'm Cecilia Smith, your plumber. Yeah, what? Because they stutter a little bit. What do you got going on? You got a clogged sink? All right, let me bend on down here. Bend down, get on all fours, and she look back at you to make sure you're not looking at her butt crack. Hey, don't look at that butt crack there. It's one of the hazards of the job. I got to watch my back because my crack's always out. You know what it is because they wear heavy tool belts, and their tool belts weigh their pants down. So that's why they oftentimes show crack. And plus, they're bent over a lot. That's one of my fears, that I bend over in public and people get a big dose of my butt crack. That's very embarrassing because there's nothing sexy about a butt crack.
Well, you can feel the wind, so you can pull.
You sure can. You
Trust
feel
me,
that gust. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's why I wonder how some people can just walk around all day with their butt crack hanging out, because you can definitely feel that gust.
We know the younger people, they sag the pants. But they still have their underwear pulled up, though, usually. But, yeah, if you have your butt crack hanging out, that's not cool. Got to make sure your butt crack is covered up. Okay, let's take a commercial break. See if anybody's texted your boy back. What? Now I'm offended.
What? They can get back to you this week. Or...
No, they can't. I want them to respond now. I'm most disappointed in Mandela. I gave Mandela a fair shot. He's probably very mad at me, though. Because I've constantly said that he should not be in the race.
Well, sometimes you have to go to combative media. And if he puts on a good show, maybe he wins some voters over.
Should I text Franny Pants? See if she gets back to me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll get back to you in 5 minutes.
Let me see. Hold on. I got a bunch of Frans in here. Franny. Oh, it's in here as Franny Pants. Are you able to call into the show, ? Give a debate preview, ? I'm on air until noon. Okay, send. All right, take a commercial break. Let's see if Franny Pants gets back. If she gets back,
You're voting for her.
No.
Yes.
No, but I have a feeling we'll see. So I texted David. She read it already.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to go into that booth. You're going to be like, I'm not a socialist, but I'm going to vote for her anyway.
Really? That's what I'm going to say?
Yes.
And okay. I'm going to say it out loud, too, so everybody can hear it.
Yes.
So now I might as well sit here because it just says red.
Yes.
She just read it. Okay. She's got her red receipts on. So now I'm waiting for the little bubbles.
Give it a minute or two.
All right, let's take a commercial break and let's see if I get the bubbles from Franny Pants. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good. My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Inside, take off your coat, I'll make you feel at home. Now let's pour a glass of wine, 'cause now we're all alone. I've been waiting all night, so just let me hold you close to me. 'Cause I've been dying for you, girl, to make love to me. Girl,
you don't know nothing about this, Xavier.
I do.
A little soft, and ain't nobody getting back to me.
It's one of my go-to songs.
This?
Yes. I was born in the 90s.
You don't even know what this song is called.
I Want to Sex You Up.
By who?
I don't know, but I know Ice Cube shot the music video.
Yeah, right.
Yes. You didn't know that?
Color Me Bad. Why? I know the name of the damn group. I don't know who shot the damn video.
They're a one-hit wonder.
It's off the New Jack City soundtrack, a movie you probably never even watched.
Yes, I have 1,000 times.
I ain't seen no New Jack. Who's the main character in New Jack City?
Nino Brown.
Oh, well.
You talking to someone that went to film school?
What's the greatest movie of all time?
In my opinion?
Give me your top 3.
My top 3 movies of all time, off the top of my head.
Don't say Star Wars.
Hell no.
Okay. Yeah, don't say that.
That's hard. I got to think about that for a second. I've seen a lot of movies. Give me like 2 minutes.
It depends on genre. There's a lot of different genres, but I think just as far as film creativity, A Clockwork Orange, Goodfellas, Forrest Gump, magnificent piece of cinema. Now, there are others. I like Vietnam War movies. Platoon is a masterpiece. Full Metal Jacket, another masterpiece. Menace to Society. New Jack City is up there. Boys in the Hood is up there. There's a bunch of them. There's a lot of movies. I saw this Netflix documentary. You got to watch it.
What is it about?
Called Unknown. Hold on, I got to get the name of it right.
I got my 3 movies.
What are they?
He Got Game.
What?
Yes, I love that movie. I'm a sports guy. And, I have a strong relationship with my father, so I just like that movie a lot.
Okay. It's because it's got a personal connection to you. I'm talking about like cinematography, plot, directing, like all the technical aspects. Because you're a film guy.
Okay, geez. I was going to the
Well,
ones that are
no,
close
fair
to
enough.
me.
No, give me what you got. Give me what you got.
He Got Game.
Yep.
28 Days Later.
Okay.
And I'll go Children of Men. Children of Men.
All right, I don't know what those are.
Children of Men, that's like a famous book converted into a movie featuring Clive Owens. It's a movie about it's a post-apocalyptic world where humans can't have babies anymore.
Huh?
So we're like dealing with people stopped having babies when it was like 2001 or something like that. So in the movie, it takes place in 2020, and it's like all the crazy stuff that's happening around the world. Basically, all the major societies have fallen into chaos, and the only one that's standing is London, and it's a very interesting movie. And like the woman that they find a woman that can have a baby. She's a black woman, obviously, and it's all about the government trying to capture her, and then the rebels trying to hoist her baby up for like a sign of hope for the future. Everyone's lost hope because there's no more kids. So everyone's it's a very good book, very good movie.
I'll take your word for it. I ain't gonna watch it.
Children
I Am Legend with Will Smith. I like that one too. I like post-apocalyptic stuff sometimes. That's a good one. I like that movie with Will Smith in it. So here's a Netflix documentary that I want you guys to watch. It's gonna make you so mad. I was so mad. It's called Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. It is on Netflix. It's about an hour and 30 minutes runtime. You are going to be absolutely furious. It is about cyberbullying to the highest degree. And it starts with this all-American high school couple whose relationship is interrupted by this person who is bullying and threatening one of the girl of this in this couple, this ideal high school couple. I'm going to leave it at that. But if you have Netflix, I highly, highly recommend, if you want to be heated beyond all reproach, it is called Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. So if you're looking for a good documentary to watch, woo! It's going to take you on a ride because I didn't know where it was going to ultimately end up, and it's not where you would have guessed. Okay. Tonight, 7 o'clock, Democratic candidate debate. It is the only one of the primary season. I'm going to be broadcasting it live on Hughes Views 414 on my YouTube page. We're also going to be doing live chat and commentary. So if you guys want to give your thoughts and feelings in real time, join me on the Hughes Views 414 YouTube page. Go ahead and subscribe to that, and we'll see you over there at 7 o'clock. And also, somebody texted me back, X. Let's see. You ain't going to believe this.
Mandela.
No, you ain't going to believe. You ain't going to believe who got back to me. Franny Pants.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
She said, can you give me 4 minutes to hop on? Happy to chat. I'm just going to go ahead and say yes. Okay, well.
There we go.
Shout out to Franny Pants. So far, the women got back to you, boy. The dudes didn't. That's all right. I could probably text Joel Brennan. Joel Brennan, sure, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm here. I'm here at the studio already. I'll text Joel. He'll be right at this window right here knocking on. Can I come in? And take a break, come back, and we very well may have Francesca Hong, Democratic Socialist, on the line. The Democratic debate is tonight at 7 p.m. I'm going to also broadcast it live via Hughes Views 414. If you want to give your real-time commentary on the debate, by all means, we encourage you to join us over at Hughes Views. We're going hot at 7 p.m. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you looking for a place to shop that offers a fair market price? You need to visit Century Food Store on 92nd and Lisbon Avenue. This week, buy boneless top sirloin steak, $8.99 a pound. Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $7. Frito-Lay Baked Snacks, Dipper Salsa, 2 for $6. 1 pound of sweet strawberries, $3.49. Minute Maid Zero Sugar Drinks or Gold Peak Tea, 2 for $5. And Stone Ridge Creamery Ice Cream Sandwiches, $3.99. So what you waiting for? You can also order groceries through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Instacart, or stop by Century Foods at 92nd and Lisbon Avenue today.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tennessee, 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 Tennessee.
Lord, I've really been real stressed. As promised, candidate for governor Francesca Hong is on the line. State Assembly Representative Hong and candidate for governor, how are you this morning?
I am doing all right. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
I'm doing great. Thank you for making the time. So they tell me there's a debate tonight. Are you looking forward to it? Are you excited? And are you prepared to make your case to Wisconsin voters?
I am excited. This is part of the democratic process and the right thing to do for the people. And I'm feeling strong and prepared and looking forward to sharing our vision and our plan for Wisconsin.
Representative Hong, you have been leading in the polls since polling started. Do you believe that this is, in fact, your race to lose?
We are focused on what we've been doing for 9 months, campaigning hard, having events, reaching voters in every corner of our state, and building a strong grassroots power campaign. We were so excited to hit thousands of doors in parts of northern and northwestern Wisconsin and in other parts of the state. In total, we hit over 35,000 doors this past weekend, and these in-person conversations are so important to build a strong campaign.
There still are a number of voters who remain yet undecided. And as you know, early voting in person begins today, or at least it does in Milwaukee. What do you say to the undecided voter who hasn't really been paying attention, but maybe now they're going to start, paying more attention. They're going to watch the debate tonight. What do you say to that individual who has not yet made their mind up about who they're going to vote for in this primary?
Our agenda is about building permanent affordability to ensure that we don't come back to these moments, to lower costs by making sure that we cut property taxes through funding public schools, that we are taxing the ultra wealthy and getting rid of corporate welfare and tax exemptions for corporations in order to support our small businesses, that we're focused on making sure there's affordable health care for everyone and free child care. These are ways that when we build in revenue by cutting taxes for the ultra-rich and making sure we're supporting working-class families and working-class folks and those who are working to work, we're really focused on building this permanent affordability so Wisconsin can have a state legislature and a state government that is a force of good.
You do not shy away from being a democratic socialist. Do you think that in a state that is, for the most part, Democrat or Republican, and we may alternate back and forth between red and blue, do you think that the moniker of Democratic Socialist could be a general election liability for you?
Being a democratic socialist means that I am focused on working class people first, helping them reclaim economic security. And, we're focused on delivering these policies that we are focusing on building a plan around and implementation that we are interested in governing for the people. And being a democratic socialist means that I am rooting myself in democracy, fairness, and human rights. We're excited to have independents and Republicans join our statewide coalition. And I think part of that is due to some resentment and frustration around how people define the establishment or focus, there's a growing frustration with the establishment, however folks define it. And we want to make sure that we're staying disciplined on our messaging around economic populist policies and reminding folks that Bernie Sanders ran as an open democratic socialist and he won 71 out of 72 counties back in 2016 election. And so there's ways that I think my relatability as well helps me build strong relationships with folks and making this about permanent affordability.
We are speaking with State Representative Francesca Hong. She is a candidate for governor, and the only televised debate will be tonight at 7 p.m. Representative Hong, the African-American voter, is a reliable part of the Democratic coalition. I have described this current political climate as very anti-affirmative action and very anti-DEI, including the upending of an affirmative action minority scholarship program the state Supreme Court has declared unconstitutional. You got the Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty that is suing to end a supplier diversity program, and we've got a crippling referendum that will appear on the November ballot. What do you say to African Americans who, again, are a solid part of the Democratic coalition in this very anti-DEI and affirmative action climate? How do you make your pitch to black voters?
We are, I believe, one of the few campaigns who have Black women staffers in director positions. I am proud to have chief of staff in the legislature who is the first Black Muslim woman to serve in that position. We want to hold ourselves accountable to making sure we're building relationships in the Black community, and that we know unless places like Milwaukee and Milwaukee County thrive, the whole state can't thrive. The economic hub that is Milwaukee and Milwaukee County, but also the strong Black communities who continue to lead in their communities. I think it's just so important that they know our campaign is focused on building that trust and making sure that we deliver, come through with the receipts for the community.
Because you are the front runner, are you prepared for your Democratic colleagues to attack you on that debate stage tonight?
We have run a positive campaign this entire time. We have already started to do what needs to be done, which is attacking the Republican presumed nominee, Tom Tiffany, that who he is someone who will put Trump ahead of the people, someone who is a traitor because he won't say who won the 2020 election. That an election denier is someone, they should be disqualified from running for the governorship. And so we're going to continue to make sure that our responses are ones that focus on the people and the policies that serve working class folks first.
State Representative Francesca Honk, thank you so much for responding to me on short notice. Good luck tonight, and also good luck on the campaign trail. We will be watching tonight at 7 p.m.
Thank you so much, Sherwin. And I do have to make a small plug for a poll that came out today that shows it's actually been sponsored by Main Street Action, Up North News, and the state's Navigate. And so that is polling that focuses on state legislatures and state government. And I hope that folks check that out. We're seeing 13% undecided there and a 29-point lead for our campaign.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate your call.
Absolutely. Sherwin, thank you so much. Always happy to chat.
All right. Have a good day. She's good. I got to give it to her. Damn it. I didn't know she had black staffers. That changes stuff a little bit. Not a lot. No. You didn't know either, Xavier. Because if you would have known, you'd have been like, Sherwin, she got black people on the staff.
I'm not a part of her campaign, so I don't know who her staffer is, but I know she's for all the people and the black people. So what can I say?
Main Street Action, they're a very liberal group. They have her up 29 points. So the candidate forum that I went to last fall was also sponsored by Wisconsin Main Street Action. And I'm looking for the results of this poll. I'm not shocked that they would have her up by 30 points because I'd imagine they worded the questions in a way that would make her campaign and her platform much more favorable. Okay, all right. Well, somebody else texted me, but I ain't got no more show left.
Maybe tomorrow.
I mean, technically, if the lunch break, I mean, what if I just stay in here? Like, what do y'all? What would you even do?
They can't do nothing.
Exactly. And then he wouldn't do nothing. And Shannon, what's she gonna do? She in Vegas. We just wouldn't answer the phone if she called.
All right, let's just do 2 more segments then. How about that?
We just put. No, we're not gonna do that.
Oh, why not?
Sarah Godlewski got back to me at 11:51, but she's the candidate for lieutenant governor. She's running for the old Mandela. So maybe we'll talk to her tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, guys. Join me on Hughes Views 414. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do so. I'm going to be carrying the debate live on my YouTube channel and featuring your commentary and my great facial expressions. The lunch break is up next.
Join the Milton House Museum for an extraordinary celebration of history, heritage, and freedom on September 26th at 7 p.m. at Janesville Performing Arts Center. This special evening features Grammy Award-winning Fisk Jubilee Singers from Nashville, a legendary ensemble having preserved the powerful